young artists. Today we're going to be drawing Marvel's character Deadpool, so grab your pencils and let's get started.
So I've got my sketch pencil, my eraser. The colors that we'll be using today are red, black, a orangish yellow, and a silver. So I want to put those to the side so we can get started on this. So the first step we're going to do is we're going to draw his head. So I want it's going to be kind of a lemon shape in a way. So what I mean by that is you can probably start off with an oval sketch, maybe like this. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put like a little cheek right here. So we want to come down and then we want to come out a little bit, maybe not that much, but a little bit more. So just kind of like that, I would say. So just a little bump like that. And on top of his head, he has this little peak-like thing. So I'm going to come up and then come back down like that. And then his head is going to be coming out from there. So I would say about like that, I think, is good. So I just like to kind of sketch it out at first to see, make sure the proportions and stuff are right. And this is going to go up and then come back down. And then this line is going to come under it like that. So yeah, I think that's good. That's about what we want. So it does look like kind of like a lemon, doesn't it? All right, so the next thing, that's step 1 done. We're going to move into step 2, and we're going to put in his arms. So he's going to be holding something. So I'm not going to do the fingers or anything yet. I'm just going to put where I want his arms to come out yet. So starting here on the bottom of the face, we're going to come out about like that with that line. And then we're going to have a finger just kind of loop up like that. We can change it later if we need to. We just want to kind of put it where it's going to be. And then this arm is not going to be all the way to his head because it's going to be coming out from the bottom, well, under where his armpit would be. And then we're going to come down like this. And then just kind of like that, something like that. So we'll fix all this once we get the things that he is holding in. But anyway, we know about where the arms are going to be now. On this side, we're going to do kind of the same thing. We're going to come out from the head. And we're going to come a curved line out like this. And then kind of a finger will be right there. And then we'll have another arm coming under about like that. So that's what we want to do for step 2. We'll get all the details of that arm in a little bit later. So that is step 2. Let's move on to step 3. And we're going to put in where his legs are going to be. So I'm going to come out with his kind of thigh right here. And then it's going to curve it down like that. So just a little curved line. His knee is going to be right about there. Okay, and then on the bottom here, we're going to do this same thing. We're going to come up and make a curved line pointing towards his knee. And then we're going to have his calf come down about like that. Okay, and then we're going to have another line. It's going to be coming like this. Okay, and then we're going to do the other leg right here. So it's going to be a kind of a curved line like that. And then we're going to have his leg coming out right here. And then up here, let's see where this arm's going to be. I'm going to put that arm in a little bit better so I'll know where. So kind of like that. And then we're going to come up here with this part of the leg. We're going to have it come down. And it's going to be kind of curving in towards where the knee's at. And then it's going to flare out again right there. Okay, so about like that. So we kind of got where our head and where our arms and where our legs are going to be. So this is going to be a chibi character like I like to do. So that's why his head is so big and his arms and legs are so small. So that is step 3. Let's move on to step 4. All right, let's go ahead and connect his body here now with his arms. So I'm just going to do a curved line up like that. And then this one over here is going to be kind of the same thing, just curve up like that. Okay, and now let's put his feet in. So the feet's going to be very simple for chibi characters. It's going to be like a little box in a way. So I'm going to make a little curve right there, and then we're going to come out like that. And basically, that is about it. That's going to be his foot All right, and then we're gonna do the same thing on this side. I'm gonna have it come out and around. And then we're gonna have these two little loopy things, and then we're gonna have the foot like that. And that's about it. That's gonna be his foot on that side. And that was step 4. So let's move on to step 5. So this is the part where we're gonna put in his swords that he's holding. So that's why I didn't put the arm or the hands in yet, because I wanted to get this part in, because his fingers are going to be kind of wrapped around the handles and stuff like that. So for this sword here, we're just going to make a straight line coming down about right there. Okay, and then we can make it squared off here on the bottom, and then we're going to make it go up about to there. So his fingers are going to come in right here, so I'm not going to draw that part of it yet. And then on the top of it here, we're just going to kind of do a circle like that around, and then we can do this part right here. We'll leave the space for his fingers. All right, I think that's good. Let's connect this right here. Now we're going to just have the sword come up, and I'm going to have it come up to about right, maybe there. All right, so he's going to kind of as straight as you possibly can. So I'm just going to kind of sketch it. All right, and then we're going to have it come down to about right there. And then we're just going to connect it down here. So just about like that. I think that's good. All right, so let's put the other one. He's going to have another one on this side. So you're going to have the sword handle come about like that, and remember we're going to leave that space here for his fingers, and then maybe the top of it right there. All right, and then we're going to have the rounded part of the handle of the sword. So just about like that. Okay, and then we're going to come up. Yeah, let me see. We're going to come up to about right. Let me see, the other one was there, maybe here. So kind of a straight line down to the handle here. All right, and then going to go up to a point, and then we're going to bring it down here to the handles of the sword again. So that's about good, I think. So there are his swords are in. Let's move on to step 6, and this is going to be fingers and his belt. All right, so we're going to do like some little circle shapes, just like that. So just a little oval for a finger, and we're going to do 4 of them. 2, 3, and then a little one for the little finger. And then now if you didn't connect your handle, you can go ahead and do that. And this finger here is going to be his thumb coming around the other side. So about like that. It's the same thing over on this side. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then this right here is the thumb that's going over the top. Now we need to go ahead and connect his arm. So we'll go ahead and just connect that to the sword. And that's about it for the hands. So let's go ahead and put in his belt. He's going to have a kind of utility belt that comes across his waist right here. And he's going to have some little boxes and stuff on it. So I'm just going to put in a little rectangle right there, and then the belt's going to come out right here, and he's going to have a circle here in the middle, and then the belt's going to continue on this side, and he's going to have a couple of more of these boxes here on this side. So just do a couple of rectangles here. We'll put one right there also. All right, and in the middle of the belt, it's kind of like little moon shapes here, just like that. All right, I think that's looking good. So that is his belt and his hands in. Let's move on to step 7. We're going to do his eyes and then the rest of the details on his clothes. So for his eyes, the one over here is going to be kind of a water drop shape. So kind of start with a point on top, and then we're gonna come down and around like this. We're gonna go back up to a point. So that's gonna be kind of like a water drop shape for one eye. Now this one over here, since this is a kind of a 3/4 view of his face, that one is a little bit more, kind of, if you was to crush it from both sides, it's gonna be kind of smaller this way. This one's gonna be more open, and this one's gonna be more of a kind of a diamond shape. So I'm gonna go from here up to a point, and then it's gonna come out on this side over like that. And then it's gonna come down to another point and then back up and meet that. So about like that. All right, and then he's gonna have his little eyes here in the middle, and they're gonna be kind of little almond shapes. So one right there, and then we'll do another one here, another little almond shape. Yeah, I think that's good. So this one's a little bit tricky. So if you looked on the guide that I give you, there we go. That's much better. Okay, so we got his eyes in. From the top of the point of this, it's gonna have kind of like a line, and that's gonna be like on the fabric of his suit. Just gonna curve up like that. All right, and then for the lines on his clothes here, we're gonna have a curved line right there, and it's gonna be separating the colors. I have another curved line right here. All right, and then right here, it looks like it's just kind of some little box shapes. So if you were to do that, and then we got maybe another one here, and then on this leg, we got one right here. All right, and then on this, let's just do little square box shapes like that. All right, and then on this side, we got a curved line right there, and we got a curved line right there. All right, and I think that is going to complete our sketch. So we are going to move into the coloring process next. I'm just going to put my pencil and my eraser to the side right now. Okay, so for the first color we're going to do is probably red. That's going to be the most. So we're going to do the whole head here, but don't do the water drop shapes. That's going to be black. And then, see the arms right here, the middle portion here, the arms right there, and all of the legs, and this part here, and this part here. All right, and then maybe his kind of belt buckle right there. So all of that part's gonna be red. This is the part where I'm going to speed the video up. If you would like, you could pause it, and then come back when you finish coloring yours. So let's do that part now. Okay guys, we're back. We finished the red part. So the next biggest part is probably going to be the black. So we're not going to do the outline yet. We're just going to do in the black part. So that's going to be the eye shapes here. Remember, don't do the inside of the eye. That's going to be completely white. This part of the clothes is going to be black. And that part, and this part, and his feet, and his gloves. So all the fingers right here are going to be black too. So let's do those parts. Okay guys, we're back. We finished the black part. Let's do the silver next. So the swords, of course, the metal blades of the swords are going to be silver. Okay, we're back. If you do not have a silver, you could probably use a gray, will be fine. And you could even use your pencil. That would probably look fine also. All right, and our last color is we're going to go ahead and put in this orangish yellow, and the handles of the swords and also his utility belt is going to be this yellow color. You know, guys, I forgot to tell you something. Now that I'm back in right here, is the belt portion of this is going to be black. I kind of forgot that, actually. So just the pouches on his belt is the yellowish color, but the actual belt that comes across and down the insides of that, just like that. All right, we've got those done. Let's go ahead and start doing our outline now. So everywhere, wherever you had a pencil line, you want to go ahead and outline that in black. I'm going to start with his sword here. There we go. And then the handle. There we go. And this fingers are going to be kind of probably hard to outline. I'll do my best, but that looks fine. It looks like only 3 fingers, but that's good. We'll have his arm coming over here, just like that, and then the utility belt here. Draw these little boxes. There we go, and the leg, just like that. Let me see if we can get this shoe in. Okay, and that part, and then his leg on this side. There we go. Nice. Okay, let's do this box here. And then the belt. Very good. All right, I'm going to do these black shapes on his body too, so those will stand out a little more. Okay, and then this arm here. I missed those over there. All right, and the bottom of the sword here. All right, let me see if I can get these fingers in. 1, 2, 3, there we go. Top part of the sword, and then we'll do the blade here. I'm not drawing on my drawing tablet like I normally do because I ran out of pages and I haven't bought a new one yet, so I'm just using regular printer paper here. Okay, let's do the head. All right, and then that little pointy part. There we go, and then let's do these eye parts here. And this one. Then remember those little lines. And then we'll do the eye. Alright guys, and that's gonna do it. There is our completed Deadpool Chibi Deadpool. I think it turned out really good. I'd love to see what you guys do. If you could post it up on Instagram, you could tag it with the hashtag #ChamelDoesArt and also Art for Kids Sunday, and I'll be able to take a look and comment on it. So, having said that, I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much, and keep practicing.